Hi, this is Paul Jackwitz of GiantsExtra.com, and I want to preview and give you my prediction for this week's New York Giants versus Minnesota Vikings game, of course, in Minnesota. Of course, the Giants will be without Odell Beckham Jr. We found out today that his suspension has been upheld after he filed his appeal. Honestly, I don't agree with this suspension because I feel like the ref should have thrown him out earlier, and he would never have gotten that far. Never would have gotten that bad where he speared Josh Norman, which of course no doubt was wrong. But nonetheless, he's out this week. So the Giants will need Ruben Randle to step up and be their number one receiver. Hopefully they'll get something out of Hakeem Nicks, who again is looking like nothing but a washed-up receiver. You could say, oh, maybe he's trying to learn the offense, but I tell you right now, they're putting him in the game quite a bit, and I'm sure they're putting him in during plays for plays that he knows and that he's comfortable with. But nonetheless, we need Nicks to show up. Hopefully Dwayne Harris will be okay to play with his shoulder injury. And of course, you're probably going to see Miles White. They're going to need to use everybody. I think the Giants, especially quarterback Eli Manning, he'll continue, I think, the target. Actually, I think his targets will go up. Tight end Will Tye, who's really, I wrote this on Twitter. I think Ty's been their best tight end since Jake Ballard and Kevin Boss. Somebody tweeted me back, said, what about Martellus Bennett? Martellus Bennett doesn't catch the ball as well as Will Tye does. He drops a lot of passes. He did at least with the Giants. I like Will Tye. Again, I think he should be their starting tight end going into next season, but I think he's going to get targeted quite a bit this week. And hopefully Ruben Randle will step up. The interesting thing is I think this team can win without Odell Beckham. Reason being, look at last week. Odell Beckham took himself out of that game against the Panthers, and they mounted the comeback pretty much without him. Yeah, he was on the field, but he really didn't do anything. Yeah, you could say, okay, that last drive where he scored a touchdown, he did something. But that was one drive out of what do you have? 5 drives or 4 drives or so they had to score on. So I think they'll be fine without him. But the key is going to be stopping Adrian Peterson. The Vikings are a running team. They have like one of their top 5, I think, offense running the ball, 31st passing. So they want to run the ball. Giants are going to have to stop Peterson, which honestly I believe they could do. Not completely shut him down, but I think they could slow him down enough. It all comes down to how disciplined they are with their tackling and just discipline as a team. We've seen it against, look at Lamar Miller and the Dolphins. They let him run through them with poor tackling. They kind of hunkered down a little bit. Tackling was better, and they looked much better, and obviously won that game. Giants also need to run the ball with Rashad Jennings. He's been great the last 2 weeks. They need to run the ball, slow the game down, keep Adrian Peterson off the field, and also keep your defense off the field because we know the Giants defense cannot get them any wins this season. They're just that bad. But anyway, it's tough without Beckham going on the road. It's hard for me to pick them to win this game. I'm going to say, but you know what? Thinking that, as hard as it is for me to pick them to win this game, I think they'll pull it out. 27-24, they'll beat the Vikings this week.